Another thing, we're not going to take a position one way or the other on this, but there are, in this workforce, there are still people that are in pandemic mindset, and they're just not ready to re-enter the workforce. They're still, a bit of in some percentage, I'll probably show my cards a little bit here, but, I don't even know who gets tested for COVID anymore, but obviously some people do because they keep reporting that people have COVID, and and I don't want to downplay it. I know that for a lot of people it's been a really tough and serious situation. It's been a challenge for all of us to manage through, for sure, and some people have had a lot more tragedy and personal, but there is still this a bit of a fear. I just had dinner with a guy last night, Tim, who he owns a business here in the town where we live, and he had a guy, as we're at dinner, one of his employees texted him and says, "Hey, I tested positive for COVID, but I feel okay. I want to come to work tomorrow." And they were like, "Well, the problem is the three guys that you work with, they're not comfortable working with you unless you have a negative test." So there's still this, we've somewhat ingrained it into people now to have this kind of this natural fear of that. So what that creates is then a desire to work from home, because now they've figured out a different way. They've somewhat, been able to isolate, and it's not even necessarily an isolation for some people. They've just learned, a different way to work, and they
more convenient. And and you talked earlier, Brett, about these guys that are changing careers. Maybe the guy that used to work and be a mechanic at your plant, he's got a different career now that he can work remote from. And those guys are you can't find them anymore because they're doing something else.
No, they've figured out. And there's some reality. There's some this pandemic, which we're still probably be dealing with the effects of it, and the impact to the workforce and the way offices go to work and the way facilities operate, and everything is probably, some of it's here with us maybe for forever. Other things will kind of come and go as more things open back up.